life is worthless in a lot of ways. Not thinking about that worthlessness always gives a meaning. I understand that nihilism that I exhibit is not gonna take me very far in life, but I see the world for what it is, and I'm not gonna lie. A lot of that has to do with my secular and Western beliefs and inequality and all this other good stuff that I believe in. I wasn't always the secular person that I am today. When I was younger, a teen, my belief in God clouded a lot of my judgments. I wasn't the most open-minded person back in the day, and am I ashamed of that? You could say I am to a certain extent, but I learned from it and I moved on. All I know was that religion made sense in a nonsense way. It just, I don't even know how to explain it, but it gave me purpose. But with that purpose came shame, a lot of shame. That shame, in fact, was destroying me inside for a good while. And there were moments when I did forget about the shame, but it's always there, and you're always thinking about it, at least most of the time, you know, making me feel like I was letting God down. I was letting myself down. People I knew, I was letting them down. That's how I felt. But one day, I had a friend. He made me come to my senses, and he pretty much just told me, like, to prove to him if God's real. I couldn't. There was actually no proof that God was real aside from all these religions that claim that God's real. So I was a Catholic. Yeah, the whole thing just fell apart. I just realized that God wasn't real and that I was living a lie most of my life. For reasons like that, I feel like my life has been a huge letdown. A huge letdown. But tradition and culture and all that stuff, I mean, I don't really follow a lot of that stuff because I think it's stupid. I think cultures, traditions, a lot of that shit, a lot of it, not all of them, but a lot of it is fucking stupid. I have my own traditions, my own rituals that I do for fun. Um, but hey, to each his own, right? But to me, life has been a huge letdown. Right now, as I'm speaking, went to college. I accumulated a shit ton of debt. I gotta pay a shit ton of money. You know, that's my decision. I'm not rich. My parents are actually pretty poor. They don't even know English. Um, so my economic status is like one of the things that I hate the most about my life, and it's actually the biggest one. And me being, I'm an immigrant, so and living in New York, I see, I see like a lot of wealth difference, and I'm not hating on wealthy people because you know most of those people they had to work for their money, invest their money, make it work for themselves, but their kids are so lucky, it's like being drawn to a lottery. You just get lucky, born to a rich family. But it's whatever. I mean, when I get rich, become a millionaire, and I feel good. I made it myself. Didn't get that shit handed to me. Had it pretty tough, but yeah. And part of all that, I think that finding myself, finding who I truly am, how I really feel, is probably the hardest part of my life. I think everybody struggles with this. Finding who they really are, what they really believe. You know, um, I think people get influenced a lot by their peers and their family members, and just forget to listen to themselves sometimes. For me, it was with religion. I was it was just I was trying to please other people more than myself, trying to please an imaginary figure. But hey, I learned, right? So for me, so for me, the hardest part in life is just like what what do I want to do? What type of career do I want to have? Where do I want to work? And to me, the I feel like passion is bullshit because how many people actually have passion for something they actually do? I don't know. I just think passion is bullshit. I know that I'm not gonna like working. I don't even like working. I'm not gonna like working ever. Working in some BS job unless I have my own thing going on the side, get some extra cash. But I recognize that the only way for me to be wealthy is to work for some time. You know, try to get my income high enough. Invest part of it. Have like a investment portfolio. Get an apartment or something. Be happy with my life, cause I know that people say money doesn't buy happiness. Maybe that's true for some people, but it definitely gets you comfort, and it definitely makes you feel. You just I'm gonna be at the baseline that I'm right now. Just there's always like a baseline, but if you got money, you're just gonna be satisfied. Like I know if I was rich, I'd be happy. I don't know about other people. Some people got mental illnesses like depression, stuff like that. It might be different for them, but for someone like me, I don't have any of that. So I know that I'll be happy. But just talking about that, um, I find that a lot of the like I was explaining my ideas, but a lot of people think that my ideas are crazy, like the way I see the world. You know, because I mean I do have some ideas that aren't like they're not the traditional views of the world. How people see the world. I have very rebellious ideologies. Um, my first one being my no child policy. But what people have to understand with that policy is that I don't preach it to people. I don't tell people, hey man, don't have kids because it's stupid. It's stupid for me to do because I mean I want to be rich. We need people in this country. People can't just stop having kids. The whole world would just get fucked. So um, yeah, it only turns to myself. The birth ratio in a country has to be like two births per person. I think something like that. For the population to keep growing, the economy to keep growing, be healthy. Not too much, not too little. Some countries have too much. Like poor countries have crazy amount of like you have crazy birth rates. Like damn, like it's kind of fucked if you have too much. But two is the right number. So people, my father thinks I'm just like fucking crazy. I tell him like, yo, like marriage is a fucking scam. I tell him that he's a simp, um, simp, simping. Like, come on, like, damn, that's fucking life though. Whatever. My atheistic beliefs. I'm pretty outspoken when it comes to atheism because I think that it is the truth. It's the truth. I believe that there's nothing. I believe that I believe science, what science tells most of the time, might not be completely 100% right. Nobody even knows what happened during the first couple seconds of the universe. Like shit is just like they can't even replicate that type of shit, man. It's just too much energy. It takes too much energy. So, but I do believe that the universe, of course, that what science tells us because it makes sense. It just does, Actually, take it back. It might not make the most sense, but they test it out. They have all these theories, and compared to religion, which doesn't really have anything to back it up except for some fucking god made the earth. Like, it's a little crazy to me. Made the universe, everything that's in it. Made this fucked up. You know, like the universe is so fucked up. Like people don't understand that. People just think, oh yeah, God, God made the earth. Okay, cool. Whatever, man. People could do whatever the fuck they want. I'm against that shit. Christianity, Islam, what else? Hinduism. What else? Judaism. Um, Mormonism. Yo, all those fucking stupid ass religions, man. And I'm a vegan, so I got vegan ideas about animals. And I think what people see with this one is that you know is people just eat what they eat, and I mean I'm not trying to convince anyone of going vegan and being like that, but I mean it's a good way of life. It's an honest, moral way of life. So I kind of like that. I don't like ever since I watched torture videos of animals. Like to me, it was just like whoa, like it's too much. Can't really handle it. My eyes fucking like burn watching that type of shit. Like I just can't see that type of shit. So I mean, I just think we should respect animals. I think the ultimate goal should be to release them into the wild, be humans be sustainable to ourselves. Just have like reserves for animals all over the world. Use way less land. You know, and be better for the environment, our health, everything. So I think animals should be respected, and we should also respect ourselves enough to respect animals because we would not do that shit to ourselves. The shit we do to animals in factory farms and shit, we wouldn't do to we wouldn't do to ourselves. We wouldn't do to humans. I mean, and I have a lot of things to. Well, I mean, I don't have a lot of things to say about psychedelics right now, but maybe I'll expand on that in the future. I mean, I'll expand on all these ideas in the future, and I'll just give more coherent opinions because it's my first video. So I'm just trying to lay out my ideas. But yeah, psychedelics. Psychedelics are pretty amazing drugs. They really open me up and make me feel. I'm a pretty empty person, and I just feel that psychedelics are the best way for me to express myself, for me to see crazy shit. I mean, I just see crazy shit when I'm tripping. I think about crazy things, like I just, I just like it, It makes me dig deeper into myself. Makes me look at my soul, which I don't even believe in a soul, but it makes me look into my soul, man. It's nice stuff, So I like it. I don't think it's harmful. I mean, I got a 4.0 GPA, and I'm taking that shit a bunch of times. A bunch of psychedelics, and I'm doing good in school. You just gotta be responsible with it. But I mean, I don't really tell people about it just because, like, I know how people act, how people are. They have they think that psychedelics are equivalent to crack. It's like a hard drug, but in reality, it's not. And I don't think people get it. I don't think people are gonna get it. I mean, a lot of psychedelics are like Schedule 1 drugs, and it's fine. I mean, the look, all these drugs should be legal, but hey, I'm not the government. I don't I don't make the rules myself. Most people in the U.S. are fucking idiots, and that's just the truth. Like 70% of the people in this country believe in God. People are against freaking drugs, except for weed. People are seem to be more on that side now. But fuck, man. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. It's whatever. But yeah, thank you guys for watching my video, and I'll see you next time.